Chosen one, listen carefully. I carry an urgent message today, and this message is not for everyone. If you are not walking the divine path of God, if your heart is not aligned with truth, obedience, and spiritual growth, this message will not resonate with you. You may even feel uncomfortable right now, and that is okay. This is not the moment for you to continue reading, but if you are here, if your spirit is stirred and you feel drawn to stay, then know that this message is for you. God has a specific message for those who are chosen, and you are among them. Right now, I want you to take a moment to stop and reflect. The fact that you are hearing this message is no accident. It is not by chance. You were chosen for this message. There are no coincidences in the kingdom of God. His timing is perfect, and He has brought you here in this moment to hear something crucial, something you have been waiting for. You've felt the pull in your spirit, haven't you? That deep knowing that something bigger is unfolding in your life, something significant. The Holy Spirit is speaking to you through this message. Now I want you to know that God is removing every person who has blocked you. Yes, you heard me correctly. Every single person who has stood between you and your purpose, between you and your divine calling, is being moved out of your way. You may not fully understand it right now, but God is clearing the path for you. Those who were meant to hold you back, those who resisted your growth, those who brought negativity and distraction into your life, God is moving them out. Take a deep breath. Chosen one. This may be hard to hear because in the past, you may have felt disappointed or confused by the departures and disruptions around you. But understand this is not just a coincidence. This is divine intervention. God is actively working on your behalf, and He is doing something powerful in your life right now. It might feel uncomfortable, maybe even painful, but you are being prepared for something greater. God does not allow these things to happen randomly. Every single action taken by God is purposeful. Every delay, every setback, every person who left your life had a reason. And in many cases, they were never meant to stay in your life. They had a season to fulfill, and now their time is over. You are entering a new season, one that requires your full attention and focus. A season where the wrong people and distractions must be removed for you to walk fully into your divine purpose. I know it's hard to see in the moment, but God is never in a rush. He is working quietly behind the scenes, rearranging things in your favor. What you're going through right now, the feelings of loss, confusion, or maybe even anger, those are all part of the process. The fact that you are experiencing this means that God is about to do something transformative in your life. You are being refined in ways you might not understand yet, but trust me. Chosen one, this is exactly what needs to happen for you to step into your next chapter. So before we go any further, I want to ask you to take a moment to reflect on what you have been through. Pause and recognize how far you have come. Take a deep breath and let go of the emotional weight that you have been carrying. Understand that the removal of certain people, situations, and energies from your life is God's protection. He is clearing the way so that you can walk in alignment with your purpose. And as we continue, I want to ask you to take an action step right now. If this message is speaking to you, if it's resonating with your spirit, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel, but only if you genuinely feel aligned with what I'm sharing here today. And when you're ready, comment 707 below to declare your alignment, your protection, and your readiness for divine order in your life. God is moving, and He is moving powerfully. You might not see the full picture yet, but trust that this is His plan unfolding. He is setting you up for something extraordinary, something that is beyond what you can imagine. Stay with me, because what I am about to share with you will bring clarity to the confusion, peace to the unrest, and strength to the weariness in your heart. I know that many times you have questioned why certain things happened, why things seemed to fall apart, just when you thought you were getting ahead. But chosen one, God is telling you today that those struggles, those delays, those emotional weights, they were the part of the divine preparation. It's not a mistake. The enemy's attempt to block you is proof that you are on the right path. This path you are on is not one of ease. It is one of purpose. And purpose requires preparation. Purpose requires a willingness to face the challenges head-on and to trust God even when you don't fully understand the why behind everything. You are being trained, chosen one, not just for your own benefit, but for something much greater. Your life is a testimony, a message of God's goodness, and you are being shaped into a vessel that will bring glory to His name. I know this might feel overwhelming, but take comfort in knowing that God is with you. He has never left you, and He will not forsake you now. The removals are happening, and with them the space is being cleared for what is coming next. You are walking into a season of divine elevation where every step you take will be in alignment with God's perfect will for your life. Stay tuned, because what I share next will give you even more clarity on how this process of removal and realignment is happening in your life. Chosen one, take a deep breath and reflect on what has already been unfolding. The fact that you are still standing here listening and absorbing this message means that the spiritual battle you've been facing has not defeated you. In fact, it has only made you stronger. You may not have been able to see it at the time, but every obstacle, every moment of doubt, every delay, and every person who caused confusion or frustration was part of something much bigger than you could have imagined. There was a hidden war happening around you, and the enemy's attempts to stop you were a clear sign that you were walking in your divine calling. The war you could not see, chosen one, was not a physical one. It was spiritual, and it was subtle. This battle was not waged with swords or shields, but with distractions, confusion, delays, and attacks on your mind. You have been in the middle of a spiritual warfare that for a time was invisible to you, but now God is revealing the truth. The resistance you faced was not because you were doing something wrong. It was because you were exactly on track. When you walk in alignment with God's purpose, you automatically attract opposition. This is a principle that many overlook. The more you are on the path that leads to your divine purpose, the more resistance you will face. This does not mean you are failing. On the contrary, it means you are moving in the right direction. Spiritual warfare often comes before elevation. The enemy wants to keep you distracted, keep you second-guessing yourself, and keep you from moving forward with confidence. You've felt the weight of this resistance, haven't you? It hasn't always been loud or obvious. Sometimes the resistance came through people who didn't understand you, people who doubted you, or people who made you feel small when you were trying to stand tall. Sometimes it came through situations that didn't make sense, where doors seemed to close, opportunities slipped through your fingers, and progress was slow or non-existent. The enemy's goal was to make you doubt yourself, doubt your path, and doubt God's plan for your life. But chosen one, I need you to hear this clearly. Those challenges were never signs of failure. They were signs that you were exactly where you were meant to be. You did everything right. You prayed, you stayed patient, you tried to remain humble and obedient. But despite your best efforts, things didn't seem to be falling into place. Doors were shut. People misunderstood your intentions. You couldn't make sense of it. In those moments, doubt began to creep in. Am I on the right path, you wondered? Did I make a mistake? Why is this so hard? But let me tell you this with absolute confidence. What you were facing was not a result of you being on the wrong track. It was because you were walking the right one. Resistance comes when you are exactly where you need to be. You may have felt drained at times, emotionally exhausted, spiritually weary. But I want you to understand that this was not a sign of weakness. It was part of the process. The enemy does not attack the person who isn't doing anything. He attacks the ones who are a threat. And you, chosen one, are a threat to the enemy because you are walking in your purpose. The weight you've been carrying is not a burden for no reason. It is shaping you, refining you, and making you stronger for what is ahead. At times, the battles were silent. There were no dramatic confrontations, no obvious enemies. Instead, the enemy used subtle tactics: confusion, emotional exhaustion, delays, distractions, and subtle discouragement. This is where many people miss it. Spiritual warfare isn't always dramatic. It doesn't always involve loud confrontations or fiery trials. Sometimes it comes in the form of an unexplainable heaviness in your spirit, a sense that something is wrong, but not being able to pinpoint what it is. Sometimes it's a feeling that you are constantly running, but never getting anywhere. Chosen one, the enemy doesn't always try to destroy you outright. Often the goal is simply to slow you down to make you tired and to get you to settle for less than what God has promised you. Think about it. There were times when you felt emotionally drained around certain people or in certain situations, and you couldn't quite understand why. You tried to push through, but something inside you knew that these situations were not aligned with your purpose. That's not coincidence. That's resistance working quietly behind the scenes. And here's something you need to know. Not every person who blocked you did so intentionally. Some people didn't even realize that their presence in your life was hindering your growth. They didn't mean to be obstacles, but the truth is, some people are not meant to walk with you into every season of your life. Your growth began to expose things in them that they were not ready to face. Your obedience to God's calling began to challenge their disobedience or their comfort zone. And even without you saying a word, your very life became a mirror to them. And mirrors can be uncomfortable. Some people in your life could no longer stay where God is taking you. Your growth, your discipline, and your obedience challenged their status quo. And though they may not have been bad people, their presence began to hinder you. Your success and your forward movement exposed their own limitations. God, in His mercy, removed them to protect you from getting stuck in a season that no longer served you. I know it's hard to understand this sometimes. It's difficult to let go of relationships or situations that once meant a lot to you. But chosen one, please hear me when I say this, you have not lost anything of value. You have only been relieved of weight you were never meant to carry. There are relationships, opportunities, and situations that were never meant to go with you into your next season. The people you thought would always be by your side might have faded, and at times that has been painful. But God's plan is greater than your emotional attachments. He is protecting you by removing what could hinder your future. Isolation was also part of the plan. It's not easy to be isolated, especially when you felt unsupported or alone at times. But God was teaching you something powerful in those moments. He was teaching you to listen to His voice more clearly. He was teaching you how to discern His will, how to rely on Him, and how to grow in spiritual strength. There were moments when you felt the absence of support, and that left you feeling unsure of where help would come from. But that is when God was strengthening your inner voice, the still small voice that speaks truth and guidance when everything else is quiet. God was teaching you that you do not need the approval or validation of others to move forward. Where He is taking you, you will not always be applauded. Sometimes the applause will come later, but in this season you must learn to stand firm even when no one is cheering you on. And here's the most beautiful thing. Chosen one, God does not need noise to work. He works best in silence. While you were in the waiting, while you were in the silence, God was refining you, preparing you for what's next. You didn't need to rush or force things. God was working behind the scenes, making divine adjustments and aligning the pieces that would help you move forward in power and clarity. So now I want you to reflect on the journey you've been through. Think about the moments when you felt confusion, doubt, or resistance. Those were not signs that you were off track. They were signs that you were exactly where you needed to be. God is now handling the resistance you've been praying against. The enemy may have thought they were slowing you down, but all they were doing was preparing you for your next season. You are no longer in the hidden war, chosen one. You have survived it, and now the time for elevation has come. God is handling what you could not handle. The shifts that need to happen are happening. People who no longer belong in your life are being removed. You may not see it yet, but things are shifting around you. The path is being cleared, and your purpose is coming into focus like never before. Stay alert, stay aligned, and trust that God is in control. You are walking into a season of peace and divine acceleration. Chosen one. I want you to hold on to something important right now. You were not born to live a life of mediocrity. You were not created to live in the shadows or be suppressed by others' limitations. Your life chosen one carries weight. Your purpose has significance that reaches beyond what your eyes can currently see. And that purpose will always attract opposition, especially when you begin to rise and step into what God has called you to do. But here's the truth. Opposition is never an indication that you're off track. It's simply confirmation that you are walking in the divine direction. As you continue on this journey, one thing becomes clearer. The closer you get to your purpose, the more resistance will try to hold you back. This is not a random occurrence. It is part of the divine process. You see, chosen one, the enemy does not attack something that is not a threat. If you were not walking in your calling, if your life did not hold purpose, there would be no need for resistance. The reason why the enemy works so hard to slow you down, to confuse you, to bring obstacles into your life, is because he knows your potential. He knows that if you ever step fully into your calling, nothing and no one can stop you. When you understand this, you will begin to see that all the delays, confusion, and frustrations were never meant to stop you. They were designed to refine you. Every challenge you've faced, every moment when you felt like giving up, every tear you shed, they were all part of a greater plan. That spiritual warfare you couldn't see was happening to shape you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the breakthrough that is now at hand. You may have questioned yourself during these moments. There were times when you wondered if you were truly on the right path. Why weren't things falling into place? Why were doors still closed despite your best efforts? Chosen one, let me tell you something. When God has a great assignment for you, it will not come without opposition. Elevation is always preceded by resistance. And this is where many people miss it. They think that the absence of obstacles means they are on. But the truth is, the more you experience resistance, the more you should recognize that you are exactly where God needs you to be. Think back to those moments when you felt like everything was falling apart. Relationships that you thought would last forever began to drift away. Opportunities that you were so sure of slipped through your hands. Plans that you meticulously set in motion seemed to stall. In the midst of it all, doubt began to settle in. Didn't it? You questioned your worth. You wondered if God had forgotten you or if your efforts were in vain. But those moments were never signs of failure. They were signs that God was separating you from what wasn't meant to go with you. Some people in your life were never meant to walk with you into your next season. And let me make it clear, this is not about them being bad people. It's about your purpose. Some relationships are seasonal. Some people come into your life to teach you lessons, not to remain forever. And when God begins to elevate you, there are people who simply cannot go with you. It's not personal, it's divine strategy. Your growth, your obedience, and your commitment to your calling will expose their unwillingness to grow, and they will slowly distance themselves from you. God does not remove people out of cruelty or malice. He does it out of love and protection for you. If certain people had stayed, they would have either distracted you from your purpose or pulled you backward into old habits that no longer serve you. So when these people begin to fade from your life, don't mourn their absence. Celebrate it, because God is clearing your path. He is making space for what is aligned with your destiny. I know it's hard to understand this at times. You might have felt conflicted about letting go of people who once meant so much to you, but chosen one, let me speak truth into your life right now. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some relationships were only meant to take you to a certain point in your journey. Once that season ends, God will begin to remove them so that you can move forward without hindrance. And I know that this can be painful. Letting go of people even when you know it's necessary can feel like a loss. But the truth is, God is never in the business of taking away something that will hurt you. Everything He removes is for your good. Every person He removes is for your protection and progress. They may have meant well, but their presence in your life would have slowed your growth. God does not want anything to hold you back from walking fully into your purpose. Now let me address something that may be stirring in your heart. You might be wondering why God doesn't just remove all the obstacles at once. Why does He allow people to linger in your life only to let them leave when you've grown attached or when the timing seems inconvenient? Here's why God is teaching you discernment. He is teaching you how to recognize when something or someone no longer aligns with your divine path. This process of separation is not always easy, but it is necessary for your spiritual growth. Sometimes God will allow you to experience the discomfort of letting go because He wants to strengthen your ability to listen to the quiet whispers of the Holy Spirit. He is training you to trust His timing, His wisdom, and His plan for your life. There is a reason why God doesn't reveal everything at once. If He showed you the full picture, you might try to control it, to fix it, or to hold on to what He is telling you to release. God's timing is perfect, and He knows exactly when to bring about the changes in your life that will move you closer to your purpose. Now let's talk about what's happening next. Chosen one. The people and situations that have been blocking your path are being removed, but that doesn't mean you are left empty. God doesn't remove without replacing. His removal is always followed by His restoration. He is clearing the way so that you can receive what He has for you next. You are walking into a season of divine elevation where every door that opens will align with His perfect will for your life. You are moving into a season where your efforts will no longer feel futile. You will see the fruit of your obedience and your perseverance. There is another layer to this process, and it's important that you understand it. The enemy's main goal is to delay you, to keep you stuck in a cycle of confusion, doubt, and discouragement. But the moment God steps in, things begin to change. The resistance may not disappear completely, but God will give you the strength to overcome it. He will place the right people in your path, and He will provide the right opportunities at the right time. Your faith, your trust, and your obedience are positioning you for breakthroughs that are coming. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of something new. God is preparing you to walk into your divine destiny with confidence, clarity, and strength. He is refining you, shaping you, and teaching you how to move with intention. Your purpose is unfolding before you, and with every step you are getting closer to the fullness of what God has in store for you. So, chosen one, let me encourage you to stay the course. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep moving forward. What God has for you is greater than what you have left behind. The best is yet to come. Chosen one, by now, I hope you're beginning to feel the weight of the truth that God is revealing to you. This isn't just about the obstacles you've faced or the people who have come and gone in your life. This is about understanding the spiritual process that God has been taking you through. Every challenge, every delay, and every seemingly closed door has been part of a greater plan, God's plan. He has been actively working behind the scenes, shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for something far greater than you ever imagined. One thing I need you to understand clearly, chosen one, is that God's timing is perfect. You may have felt at times that the delay was unbearable, that the wait was too long, or that you were ready for more than what you had at the moment. But I want to encourage you to trust that God knows exactly what He is doing. You see, God doesn't do things by accident. Every season in your life, every person who has been allowed to come in or leave has had a purpose. And the moment you begin to fully trust His timing, you'll start to see the pieces fall into place. There's a reason why God didn't let certain things happen sooner. If the doors had opened too early, the wrong people might have walked through them with you. If you had received the opportunities at the wrong time, they would have caused more harm than good. God's wisdom is higher than ours, and He sees the full picture. He knows what you need when you need it, and who needs to be by your side when that time comes. You are not being held back by God. You are being prepared by Him. Every delay, every setback, and every challenge you've faced has been a part of the refining process. It's been making you stronger, more focused, and more aligned with God's will. There were times, chosen one, when you felt as though you were walking alone. You might have even wondered why help didn't show up when you needed it most. Maybe you questioned why people didn't come through when you had put so much trust in them. But I want to remind you of something important. God was teaching you to rely on Him alone. He was teaching you to build your foundation on Him, not on the fleeting support of others. There is a time for community and there is a time for solitude. God often brings us into seasons of isolation to prepare us for greater things. It's in these seasons that you learn to hear His voice more clearly, to trust His direction, and to strengthen your inner resolve. When you walk in alignment with God's will, you are never truly alone. His presence is with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and providing the comfort you need. God is very intentional with His timing. While you were waiting, He was equipping you for the season that lies ahead. Every lesson you learned, every tear you shed, every moment of frustration, those are the things that are shaping you into the person you need to be. The pain wasn't for nothing. The confusion wasn't without purpose. God was working through all of it, bringing you closer to your destiny. And now, as you stand on the threshold of something new, you can look back and see how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how much stronger you are because of the challenges you've faced. Now let's talk about the people God has been removing from your life. Chosen one of the most difficult truths to grasp is that not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Some people are brought into your life to teach you valuable lessons, to help you grow, or to bring you closer to God. But there comes a point when their season in your life comes to an end. This is not about them being bad people. This is about God's divine plan for your life. Sometimes people enter your life to expose weaknesses or to show you areas where you need to grow. Sometimes they enter to challenge you, to push you, or even to cause you to step into a new level of faith and trust in God. But when their purpose in your life is fulfilled, God will remove them. This is not always easy to understand, but it is part of His divine strategy. I know that letting go of people can feel like a loss. We get attached to others, and when relationships shift or end, it can bring a sense of grief. But understand this, chosen one, God does not remove people to harm you. He removes them to protect you. He removes them to make room for those who are aligned with your destiny. He removes them because their presence was slowing you down, hindering your progress, or pulling you into distractions that were not in line with your divine calling. Some people, whether intentionally or not, drain your energy. They may leave you feeling emotionally exhausted, mentally depleted, or spiritually distracted. When God removes these people, it's not a punishment, it's an act of mercy. He is freeing you from burdens you were never meant to carry. I want you to stop for a moment and reflect on the people in your life. Are there relationships that have been draining you, leaving you feeling unbalanced, unsupported, or confused? If so, understand that this could be God's way of showing you that it's time for a shift. Trust that He is leading you to the people who will help you grow, who will support your purpose, and who will walk with you in alignment with your destiny. But here's another important aspect, chosen one. God doesn't just remove the wrong people from your life. He also removes the wrong environments. God is very intentional about where He places you. He understands that your environment can greatly affect your growth and your ability to walk in your calling. There are seasons when God will lead you to step out of certain places, to leave behind old routines, or to move away from communities that no longer serve your purpose. This can be challenging because as humans, we tend to become comfortable with the familiar. But God is always calling you higher, and sometimes that means leaving behind the old to make room for the new. The beauty of this process is that God does not just remove without replacing. Whenever God removes something from your life, He always replaces it with something better. Sometimes the replacement is not immediately visible, but it is always coming. God will never leave you in a place of emptiness. He will replace the old with something new, something that aligns with your purpose and will help you continue moving forward. You may not see it yet, but trust that God is making divine arrangements on your behalf. And here's where the real peace comes in, chosen one. God doesn't remove people or things to punish you. He removes them because He sees the bigger picture. He knows what's coming next. He knows what you need, and He will provide it in His perfect timing. So when people leave or when opportunities disappear, do not mourn what's gone. Celebrate what's to come. Celebrate the fact that God is moving things around to set you up for success. Celebrate the fact that He is preparing you for something greater than you ever imagined. This is the moment to shift your perspective. When things begin to change around you, when people start to leave, or when doors start closing, resist the urge to panic or question God. Instead, lean into trust. Know that everything is happening according to divine order. Know that you are exactly where you need to be, even when things seem uncertain or difficult. God has not forgotten you. He is making all things work together for your good. Now, as you step into this new season, I want you to remember one crucial truth. God never wastes a season. Every single experience you've had, every moment of frustration or confusion, every season of waiting and struggle has been part of a divine training ground. God has been preparing you for the greater things that are coming, and now as the path ahead becomes clearer, I want you to walk in confidence. The journey has not been easy, but it has been worth it, and what lies ahead of you is worth every challenge you have faced. Your breakthrough is coming, chosen one. Your season of elevation is upon you. Trust that God has been refining you for this moment. He is removing what needs to go, and He is preparing you for what's next. So stand firm, be strong, and know that you are walking in alignment with your divine purpose. God is with you, and He is leading you every step of the way. Chosen one, as you begin to grasp the depth of what God has been doing in your life, I want you to pause and reflect on the lessons you've already learned. This journey has not been easy. The struggle, the uncertainty, the moments when you felt lost or overwhelmed, they were all part of the process that has been shaping you into the person you are becoming. You've been in a season of preparation, and though it may not have felt like it at times, God was strategically aligning everything to move you closer to your divine purpose. Now, as the path ahead becomes clearer, you must understand that everything that has happened was necessary to get you to where you are now. One of the most important things you can do at this point, chosen one, is to learn to trust God's process. Trust is a powerful thing. It's not just about believing that God will do what He's promised. Trust also means surrendering control, letting go of your need to understand everything, and accepting that God's timing and methods are perfect even when they don't make sense to you. When you trust God fully, you can rest in the assurance that every step you take is ordained by Him. In the past, you may have tried to figure everything out on your own. Maybe you've struggled with a need for clarity, with a desire to understand every little detail before moving forward. But chosen one, this season is calling you to step out in faith, even when you don't have all the answers. Faith is the ability to walk confidently even when the path ahead is unclear. It is knowing that God has already gone before you, that He is already preparing the way. And trust me when I say God will never lead you somewhere without providing everything you need for the journey. The resources, the people, the opportunities, they are all part of His plan. You may not see them yet, but as you continue walking in obedience, they will begin to appear. God's provision is always right on time. The right people will come into your life at the right moment. The right opportunities will open up when you least expect them. God's timing is perfect, and His plan for your life is unfolding exactly as it should. But chosen one, there's another important layer to this process that you must understand. As you enter this next season, you will encounter moments of challenge, and that's okay. In fact, it's a sign that you're moving in the right direction. You will face new battles, new levels of opposition. But here's the key: you are stronger now than you were before. Every challenge you've faced up until this point has been preparing you for what's ahead. You are not the same person you were when you started this journey. God has been refining your character, strengthening your faith, and equipping you with the wisdom you need to move forward. The resistance you face now will not defeat you. It will refine you even more. It will build your spiritual muscle and sharpen your discernment. And most importantly, it will strengthen your trust in God's ability to carry you through. Because what you're walking into is bigger than anything you've experienced so far. Your purpose, your calling is greater than anything you could have imagined. And God is preparing you for the level of influence and responsibility that lies ahead. Remember, chosen one, that God does not remove the wrong people or situations from your life to leave you empty. He removes them to make room for what is to come. You may not realize it yet, but the things that are being removed are the very things that would have hindered your progress in the future. God is clearing your path, not to punish you, but to position you for greater blessings, greater purpose, and greater impact. Sometimes God's removal process is gradual. People might drift out of your life over time, and situations might slowly fall apart. But trust that it is God who is behind this shift. He is creating space for the new things He wants to bring into your life. It's important to understand that God doesn't take away without replacing. What He removes will always be replaced with something better. This could mean new relationships, new opportunities, or new assignments that are more in alignment with your divine purpose. Trust that God's replacements are always better than the things He removed. You may find yourself walking into unfamiliar territory, and at times you might feel a little nervous or unsure. But that's okay. The unknown can be intimidating, but it is also where growth happens. God will not leave you unequipped for the journey ahead. He has been preparing you for this moment. The things you've learned in previous seasons will be the very things that help you overcome the challenges ahead. As you step into the next season of your life, Chosen One, remember to keep your heart open. Embrace the new opportunities that come your way. Embrace the new relationships, the new projects, and the new assignments that God is bringing into your life. It may not always be comfortable, but it will always be purposeful. And most importantly, stay aligned with God's will. Keep your focus on Him and trust that He will lead you in the right direction. When you stay aligned with His purpose, you will find yourself walking in peace even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Your obedience and trust in Him will guide you through any obstacles that may come your way. One of the most beautiful things about this process, Chosen One, is that God is not just preparing you for the next season of your life. He is preparing you to be a blessing to others. As you step into your purpose, you will begin to see that your life is not just about you. It's about the people you are called to impact. It's about the lives you are meant to touch and the legacy you are meant to leave. You are not just walking into blessings for yourself. You are walking into a position where you can be a blessing to others. Your purpose has a ripple effect. The way you walk through life, the way you carry yourself, the way you show up for others. These things matter. They are part of the greater purpose God has for your life. As you continue on this journey, I want to remind you that your purpose is not just about your own success or comfort. It's about bringing glory to God, about shining His light wherever you go, and about being a vessel for His love and truth. When you step into your purpose, you will begin to see that the things you thought were important, money, fame, recognition, will start to fade in significance. What truly matters is living out the calling God has placed on your life and using your gifts, talents, and experiences to serve others and honor Him. So, Chosen One, as you step into this next season, I want you to do so with confidence. God has already gone before you. He has already prepared the way. Your job is to walk in obedience, trusting that He will guide you every step of the way. You have everything you need to succeed because God is with you. And as you walk in His will, you will see His favor and blessings unfold in your life in ways you could never have imagined. There will be moments when you will face challenges, but remember that you are not walking alone. God is with you every step of the way, strengthening you, guiding you, and equipping you for what lies ahead. You are ready for this next chapter. Chosen One. Your journey has prepared you, and God's plan for your life is unfolding just as it should. Chosen One, as you move forward in this divine journey, I want to continue by focusing on something critical that you must understand: the process of purification and alignment. What you've been going through, every trial, every step of growth, has been purifying you, removing the distractions and the impurities that would have hindered your progression into your divine calling. God is intentional about refining His chosen ones, and this process is a vital part of stepping into the fullness of your destiny. Purification is not a quick fix or a painless process. It takes time, patience, and trust in God's wisdom, but rest assured, every trial you have faced has been a part of this divine refining. You've been stripped of the things that weren't serving you, and as painful as that might have been at times, it was all necessary. You may have lost things, relationships, opportunities, or even aspects of yourself that you thought defined you. But the reality is, what God removed, He will replace with something greater. This season of refinement, chosen one, is not something to fear. It may feel uncomfortable at times, and yes, there will be moments of doubt. But purification is a sign that you are being made ready. You are being made pure and refined for the purpose that God has for you. Imagine a precious metal being heated up, melted down, and refined until only the purest form remains. That is what God is doing in your life right now. You may not always understand the heat, but know that it is preparing you to shine. Now let's talk about alignment. As God continues to purify you, He is also aligning you with the right people, places, and opportunities. You've been through seasons where things felt misaligned, where it seemed like nothing was working out, and where you were desperately searching for clarity. I want you to know that during those times, God was working behind the scenes to align everything according to His perfect will. And now, as things begin to fall into place, you'll start to see the fruits of His labor in your life. God is aligning you with divine connections, partnerships, and opportunities that will catapult you to the next level. These new alignments will not only help you grow, but will also propel you closer to your divine purpose. But there's a crucial part of this process that you need to understand. In order for God's alignment to take full effect, you must remain obedient to His voice. This obedience might sometimes look like silence, stillness, or even separation. It might not always make sense to your logical mind, but remember, God's ways are higher than ours. Your obedience to His leading will ensure that you are in the right place at the right time. You will no longer waste time or energy on things that aren't aligned with your purpose. As you follow His guidance, you will step into a season of divine acceleration, and with that acceleration comes new responsibilities, chosen one. God is not only preparing you for greater success, but also for greater influence. Your life will now be a testimony to His faithfulness, and as you walk in your divine purpose, you will become a beacon of light to others. God is raising you up to be a leader, someone who will inspire others to follow their own divine calling. Your journey, your story will become a source of strength and encouragement to those around you. However, with influence comes the responsibility to lead with humility, wisdom, and discernment. It's easy to be tempted by the allure of power and recognition, but remember that true leadership comes from serving others. Your influence will not be about elevating yourself, but about lifting others and helping them walk in their own divine purpose. The more you serve, the greater your impact will be. As you step into this season of influence, I want you to remember something important. Your identity is in Christ, not in the accolades or the opinions of others. You are not defined by what people say about you or by the success you achieve. Your true worth is rooted in the fact that you are chosen by God, that you are loved, and that your purpose is eternal. No matter how high you rise, always keep your heart humble before God. Now I want to take a moment to speak to the pain that you've experienced along the way. I know that there have been moments of heartbreak, disappointment, and even betrayal. There have been people in your life who you thought would always be there for you, yet they've walked away or turned their backs on you, and I know that hurt. I know it's difficult to let go of people and things that once meant so much to you, but I want to remind you, chosen one, that every person who has left your life was removed with divine purpose. God is protecting you from relationships that would have hindered your growth, your peace, and your alignment with your destiny. I know it's hard to see in the moment, but understand this. God never removes without replacing. He is not just taking things away from you, He is making room for what's next. The people who left, the opportunities that passed by, the plans that didn't come together, they were not meant to accompany you into your next season. The truth is, the people who leave are not your source. God is your source, and He will provide for you in ways you could never imagine. What He has for you next will far outweigh what you've lost. And I know that letting go isn't easy. But here's the key: when God removes something, you need to let it go. Do not chase after what He has taken away. You must trust that He has something better in store for you. When you hold on to what God has removed, you are hindering your own progress. Letting go is not about rejecting what was, but about embracing what is to come. It's about stepping into the future that God has prepared for you with open hands, ready to receive what He is bringing your way. Chosen one. Let me speak directly to your heart right now. You are not alone. God has not forgotten you, and He will never leave you. As you go through the process of healing, letting go, and walking into your new season, know that He is right beside you. The pain you've experienced, the struggles you've faced, they are not in vain. God is using every single experience to shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the destiny He has planned for you. And I want to encourage you to look ahead with hope. I know that at times the journey may have felt long and uncertain, but chosen one, the wait is over. Your time is now. You are entering a season of divine alignment and favor. The struggles you've faced have only prepared you for the blessings that are about to unfold in your life. Doors that were once closed will now open, relationships that were once broken will be restored, and opportunities that seemed impossible will now become possible. The best is yet to come, chosen one. Trust in God's plan. Trust in His timing, and trust that He is preparing you for something greater than you can even imagine. As you walk forward in obedience, you will see the fruits of your faithfulness and perseverance. You are walking into the fullness of your destiny, and nothing can stop you now. Keep your eyes on God. Keep your heart aligned with His purpose, and step boldly into the future He has for you. Chosen one, as we continue on this journey, I want you to take a moment and acknowledge the growth that has already taken place within you. The transformation you have undergone is not one that happens overnight. It is a process, one that has required your patience, your trust, and your willingness to walk through fire without losing your faith. And I am here to tell you that this transformation is not over yet. What you have experienced so far is just the beginning. The person you are becoming is powerful, resilient, and aligned with the divine purpose God has for your life. You have faced moments when you felt like everything was falling apart. Moments when you wondered if the struggles and the battles were ever going to end. But look at you now. You are still standing, still seeking God, still moving forward in faith. And that alone is a testament to your strength. You have survived what others would have given up on. You have kept your heart open to God's will, even when it felt like everything around you was falling apart. Chosen one, that resilience is part of your divine preparation. The fact that you didn't quit, the fact that you didn't give in, means that you are ready for what is coming next. You are entering into a season where the weight of your past struggles will no longer hinder you. God is about to use every experience you've had, the pain, the heartache, the setbacks, as the very foundation for your elevation. You may not see it yet, but every trial you've faced has been building something within you. It has been building endurance, faith, and trust. You have learned to rely on God's strength and not your own. You've learned to wait patiently for His timing, and you've learned to hold on even when it felt like nothing was happening. Now, as you step into this next season, I want you to embrace something: the importance of rest. You may have spent a long time pushing through fighting battles, trying to make things happen. But in this season, God is calling you to rest in Him. Rest is not a sign of weakness, chosen one. Rest is an act of trust. It is saying, God, I believe that you are in control. I trust that you are working all things together for my good. I am not in a rush to make things happen because I know that your timing is perfect. Rest is a key component in this season of alignment. As you rest, God will continue to move on your behalf. He will open doors that no one can close, and He will make the way for you where it seems impossible. Rest also allows you to be more present with God, to hear His voice more clearly. In times of rest, God can speak to you in ways that you wouldn't be able to hear in the chaos. In rest, God will give you direction, clarity, and peace. He will show you the steps you need to take, the people you need to connect with, and the opportunities that are lined up for you. Trust that in this season of rest, God is doing the work that you cannot do on your own. But I also want you to understand something: rest does not mean inactivity. While God is calling you to rest, He is also calling you to be active in your faith. Resting in God doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to fall into place without any effort on your part. It means trusting God's plan while actively walking in obedience. It means allowing God to guide your steps, but still moving forward in faith. Trusting that each step you take is leading you closer to your divine purpose. The journey ahead is one of alignment, chosen one. Everything in your life is coming into perfect alignment with God's will. This includes your relationships, your career, your purpose, and your spiritual life. God is aligning every area of your life to ensure that you are in the right place at the right time. You may not see it yet, but there are shifts happening that will soon become evident. People who were meant to help you along the way will start to appear. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will begin to come to you. Doors that were previously closed will swing wide open, and you will step into the fullness of your purpose. As God aligns your life, He will also continue to remove the things that are no longer in alignment with your divine purpose. These things may include people, situations, or even habits and mindsets that have held you back. But don't fear the removals, chosen one. Understand that God's removals are always for your benefit. He is clearing your path, ensuring that only what is aligned with your destiny remains. You may feel a sense of loss during this process, but know that what is being removed is not something you will need for the next chapter of your life. God is making room for what is truly meant for you, and I want you to hold on to this truth. God does not move in haste. His plan for your life is carefully crafted, and He is working behind the scenes to bring everything together in His perfect timing. Even when it feels like things are slow, even when it seems like nothing is happening, God is always at work. Every step you take is part of the bigger picture. Every prayer you pray is being answered in God's perfect way. Every moment of waiting is preparing you for what is to come. Now, as you embrace this new season, I want you to do so with boldness. Step into the next chapter of your life with confidence, knowing that you are fully equipped for what lies ahead. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are stepping into the future that God has already prepared for you. And as you move forward, I want you to remember this. You are not just walking into blessings for yourself. You are walking into your purpose, which is to bless others, to be a light to those around you, and to fulfill the calling that God has placed on your life. You are a chosen vessel, chosen for this time, for this purpose. Everything that has happened in your life has brought you to this point. You may have wondered why certain things had to happen, but I want to assure you that everything, every moment, every experience has been part of the divine plan. Your life has significance, and the impact you will make in this world will be greater than you can imagine. So, chosen one, take heart. Know that you are walking in divine alignment. Know that the struggles of the past have prepared you for the greatness that is ahead. Know that every delay, every challenge, and every removal has been a part of your divine preparation. As you step into the next season, do so with faith, knowing that God is already working everything out for your good. The best is yet to come, and your purpose is unfolding with each passing day. And finally, as you move forward, remember to stay rooted in God's Word. Keep your faith strong, keep your trust unwavering, and keep your heart aligned with His purpose. This season is just the beginning of the incredible things God has in store for you. Your future is bright, chosen one, and with God leading the way, nothing can stop you from walking into the fullness of your destiny. Chosen one, I want you to pause for a moment and really absorb everything that has been unfolding in your life. The journey you've been on is not a small one. It's been a process of growth, refinement, and preparation. You are no longer the same person who began this path. You have been transformed, strengthened, and reshaped for something much greater than you might have ever imagined. Now, as you step into the next season of your life, I want you to do so with a renewed sense of purpose and confidence. You are not simply walking through life aimlessly. God has been carefully orchestrating every detail of your existence, every season you've walked through, and every experience you've had. And all of it has led you to this exact moment. You are now on the verge of stepping into something significant, something divine. Your calling is waiting for you, and it is time to take the next step forward with boldness and unwavering faith. But let me share something crucial with you. Chosen one, this next season won't be without its challenges. In fact, as you continue to walk in alignment with God's purpose for your life, you may face even more opposition. But don't be alarmed. This is not a sign that you are off track. On the contrary, it's a sign that you are exactly where God wants you to be. The higher you go, the more resistance you will face. This is not meant to discourage you. It's simply a confirmation that you are on the right path. The enemy does not waste time attacking those who aren't a threat. You are a threat to his plans, and that's why you faced what you faced. I know it's been difficult at times. The waiting, the uncertainty, the doubts, and the frustration, it all felt like it would never end. But I want to encourage you to look at all of it from a new perspective. Every setback was actually a setup. Every moment of doubt was a test of your faith. Every time you felt like giving up, you were actually being refined. You have come so far, chosen one, and the best is yet to come. Every trial, every difficulty, and every challenge you've encountered has equipped you for this new season of your life. You are more than capable of handling what's ahead because God has been building you up, preparing you for this moment. Now, as you step into the new chapter of your life, it's essential that you walk with a mindset of victory. You have already been given the victory in Christ, chosen one. Every obstacle you face from this point on is simply another opportunity for you to walk in the authority and power that God has given you. You are not walking into this new season as someone who is defeated or unsure. You are walking as a conqueror with your eyes firmly fixed on the prize. God has already cleared the path for you, and the doorways that once seemed closed will now swing open wide. The opportunities that were once just out of reach will now be within your grasp. I know you've been through a lot, chosen one, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge the pain and the hurt you've experienced along the way. It's been real, and it hasn't been easy. You've been through seasons where you felt misunderstood, unsupported, and even betrayed. There were people you thought would stand with you, but they didn't. There were moments when you poured out your heart only to have it rejected. You've been through emotional storms that threatened to break you, and I know there were times when you wondered if you were going to make it through. But here's the beautiful truth, chosen one, you did. You made it through every storm. You survived every betrayal. You overcame every obstacle. And the fact that you're still standing, still believing, still moving forward, this is a testament to God's grace in your life. He has been with you every step of the way, even in the moments when you didn't feel His presence. The moments of struggle, of pain, of loss, they have not been in vain. God was right there, walking with you, and He has used each one of those experiences to shape you into the person you are becoming. And now, as you step into this new season, God is healing the emotional wounds that have been left behind. He is restoring your heart, your confidence, and your peace. The scars from past hurts will no longer define you. The bitterness and the pain that you've carried will no longer hold you back. God is making you whole again. He is renewing your spirit, and He is filling you with a sense of peace and joy that only He can provide. The weight of the past is lifting, chosen one, and you are walking into a new day, a new season, and a new chapter in your life. It's important that you don't carry the baggage of the past into this new season. Let go of the hurt, the resentment, the anger, and the pain. I know it's not easy, but forgiveness is key. Not for their benefit, but for yours. God is calling you to forgive, not so you can forget, but so you can be free. Freedom comes when you release the hold that others have over your heart. When you forgive, you are setting yourself free to walk into the new things that God has for you. Remember, chosen one, forgiveness does not mean you are excusing the wrongs done to you. It simply means you are choosing to release the control that those wrongs have over your future. And as you walk forward, don't look back. The past is done, and the things that were lost were never meant to go with you into this new season. God is doing something new, and the old has passed away. The person you were in your past season is not the person you are now. You are being transformed, and as you embrace this transformation, you will begin to see the world around you shift. Opportunities will begin to open up. Relationships that are aligned with your purpose will begin to come into your life. You are walking into a season of divine acceleration where things will begin to fall into place quickly, and everything that has been delayed will begin to align with God's perfect timing. The victory is yours, chosen one. The victory is already won, and now it's time for you to step into the fullness of your purpose. God has prepared you, He has refined you, and He is now calling you to walk in the authority He has given you. You are not just walking into a new season. You are walking into your destiny. You've been made for this, chosen one. You are equipped for this. You are ready. And now it's time for you to rise up and take your place in God's divine plan. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stand in your way, because God is with you every step of the way. I want you to leave behind the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty. I want you to embrace the truth that God is in control and He is guiding you towards something greater. You have everything you need to succeed, and you are walking in divine alignment with the plan that God has for your life. Trust His timing, trust His process, and trust that He will lead you into the fullness of His purpose. You are walking into greatness, chosen one. And the best part is you don't have to walk alone. God is with you, and He will continue to walk with you as you step into this new season of your life.